The 6 stud gang says that 8 stud wide cars are too big. The 8 stud gang says, well, just make everything bigger, then it'd be in the norm. I say there's actually a bigger problem than that. It's not just that they're out of the norm. Now, to explain this, I want you to imagine that you just bought a Koenigsegg Jesko. Maybe you don't want to drive it in the crazy traffic. Maybe it's a track-only variant. Whatever the reason, you're going to ship it on a train instead of driving it. Now, it does look decent. It works until you realize that it's supposed to be a little sports car. It's not supposed to be wider than a full-size pickup, much less a whole train. So this is where people start fighting. They're like, well, the car is too big. And other people are just like, make the train bigger. Making the train bigger is definitely an option, but this is where the problem comes in. So if you want a trailer that can hold an 8 stud car, it's going to have to be 10 studs wide. Well, then it's going to be hanging over the wheels, and so you need to make the wheels wider. That's fine. You can use some Technic axles and stuff. But then the train tracks have to be bigger. And then the train engine has to be bigger, so you can't use the doors on the ends. You can see where I'm going with this. The actual Lego pieces themselves aren't big enough for the 8 stud scale. Airplane cockpits, boat hulls, tractor buckets, all of these pieces are suddenly out of scale. Now, some of them aren't a huge problem, like you can make custom train doors, and you could maybe even use the train tracks, but it's going to be a whole lot harder, and some of them, like the tractor bucket, actually isn't going to look as good, which was the whole main purpose in the beginning. And on top of all these pieces, there's one more thing that isn't to scale, and that's the actual Lego minifig. And yes, I do think it's out of scale with the 8 stud cars. If you want to know why, you're going to have to watch my other video. I figured out a way to transfer real life measurements into Lego, so it's pretty cool. Go check it out.